Well, this week we're just going to touch on three stories. One, we talked about this maybe about 10 weeks ago, 12 weeks ago. There was a Tesla alleged hacker that had reached out to a Tesla employee at Gigafactory, Nevada, and had offered him $1 million to upload some code into some computers. That particular employee went to his supervisors, who in turn prompted the FBI, and an investigation began. They set up a meeting with this person that was going to spend the money, and then initiated a sting to get him. He actually ran for the airport. The FBI picked him up before he got to the airport and took him into custody. This person now has pleaded guilty to the charges presented, and we no longer have to use alleged hacker. He's now an official hacker, and he's going to be sentenced shortly. So that was an interesting end to this particular story that started about 3 months ago.
I'm sorry, but how stupid do you have to be? That is like the worst attempted crime ever.
Well, it was worse than that. Remember, he started with 500 grand, and then what was his name again, Mark?
The
comic book villain? Yeah,
Igor
no, the comic book
Hacker.
villain.
Oh, yeah, he was a Russian name, like Igor something.
That was it, Igor.
Igor Hacker.
Yeah, Igor Hacker. Igor H. Hacker. So
But
yeah,
that is scary, because
It is.
one day someone's going to say, you know, I could use $1 million, and that could like cripple all the cars in the
well,
world.
as we were saying on the Tesla show, that that leads pause to all security groups inside of automotive companies. This is something that could happen to any of them, and you're going to have your top security work on these different scenarios that could possibly happen to you. So it makes sense to start, putting actually hiring security professionals to go into different scenarios that could develop over time. And you're right. This is like a movie script, except it's real. So people that are running these companies have to start thinking about these things. There was a story some time ago about Chrysler and Jeep, about being hacked into those vehicles, and people being able to actually steer the vehicle while an occupant was driving. So that type of thing, obviously it hasn't been used for evil at this point, but it certainly is something that all the auto manufacturers are going to have to be ready for.
Or like a hacker could, conceivably brick every single Tesla.
That's a possibility as well. Our friend who worked for unmentioned OEMs, he's going to be busy for the next couple of years.
Well, it's not just the cars, because that's the situation we have with the whole fascination with Internet of Things, where they want, wired refrigerators and crap like that. Not to mention the way how cities are going for fully interconnected grids. And I'm just like, well, did anybody think about, hacking, if what happens? And 9 times out of 10, we develop the technology, and then after something goes terribly, horribly wrong, then we realize, oh yeah, we should have done that too.
Yeah.
Like Deepwater Horizon. So, this is going to be fun and interesting to see how this turns out. Maybe this hacker will have done you guys good, though.
Like we saw with that water plant in, what was it, Florida?
Mm-hmm. It's more than that. I think there was more than one attempt at that.
What else happened this week, Mark?
Well, another item is with this kind of Internet of Things is the Chinese have stated that they don't want people that are in the military or the government to purchase a Tesla or use a Tesla on military bases or government agencies because of the Tesla's ability to have cameras and to look at its surroundings. So this is not really a big story. It certainly companies grab this as link bait, but really when it comes to any secure facility, nobody wants a vehicle or even a person wandering around with a camera that could record different corridors or the people that are there or doors or pieces of equipment that are on the grounds. They want those securities, those sites to be secure. and block people from using devices that would capture or record that type of information. So China had indicated that if a person does own a vehicle, they're going to be required to park at the for example, in a base, they'll be required to park in a safe area of the base, on the outside of the base, and then take some sort of transport into the base where the car would not be allowed to go. So again, all vehicles going forward, as George has mentioned with the Internet of Things, everything is becoming connected. Tesla seems to be just out in the forefront of all this. But as you know, other cars like GM and Ford, they're all installing these cameras. They're all starting to record. They're all connected to the internet. And this just becomes a question of how to deal with a device, whether it's a car or your cell phone, and work at a secure site. Things have to be turned off. Things have to be blocked. And certainly people and institutions are going to move in that way. Whether it's a cell phone, a car, or a laptop, all these things have to be put in a certain way in order to protect the security of those sites.
So maybe we'll see lead-walled garage buildings on military bases.
Right. Or the simple solution is just go around the car with some black duct tape and just tape over those little.
That, or you get to the security check-in and they pull your flash drive.
Yeah.
We'll see you this afternoon, Mr. Cheng.
Yeah. So
hit the cameras with a hammer.
there you go.
Don't do that.
Smash
Yeah.
the cameras. Even
Right.
better, Russell.
Although that
Even
would bring business to the Chinese factories. Constantly
And
replacing them.
finally, we wanted to touch upon this story was released a couple weeks ago as well. Tesla is now accepting Bitcoin for partial payment of new cars. So we knew that Tesla invested in Bitcoin, and at that time they also told us that yes, they would be accepting partial payment. And in the US, that has come to light just yesterday. So the website has been updated, and now you can put in a Bitcoin payment on your non-refundable deposit. At this time, we don't know what percentage of the car you could purchase, or if it's anything beyond the initial security deposit or not. We're not really sure. But that has shown up on the website, and we will be sure to find that out over time as people purchase cars. It's interesting that Tesla they don't really tell us a lot of stuff as they roll this out. They just seem to pop it on the website, and anyone that's ordering comes across it and said, "Oh, that's new. Let me check that out." So that happened just a day or so ago, and now you can start using your Bitcoin to purchase. And Patrick had mentioned during the Tesla Life, excuse me, that that they're not going to be converting the Bitcoin. They're going to be just keeping it, depositing it. And continue to use that as I guess, an investment of sorts. They've done really well in the investment so far. They've earned money on the Bitcoin purchase. So looks like they're going to continue to do that with the payments that are made to them on Bitcoin. They'll just be holding
But Mark,
on to it.
the cars are still priced in dollars. They're not priced in Bitcoin, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. In
Now
between
this
the two
car for
shows,
1 Bitcoin.
right? In between the two shows, somebody had accused Elon. He said they said that Elon is buying Bitcoins with new Teslas, and he replied with two laughy faces rolling on the floor, tears out the eyes.
I don't have any Bitcoin, but I can give you 3 shares of the S&P 100. Is that a good enough investment?
You got some Blockbuster stock. You could,
Right.
And
I got some
you won't be getting
GameStop.
a Tesla then, Tony.
Yep.
I think you can sell that
And,
Blockbuster on eBay.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Do you
And
not
with
take stock
that,
advice
if-
from this show, especially not Tony?
It stonks, baby. I'll tell
Is
you.
it the old Blockbuster Corporation, or is it that one store in like Alaska or wherever?
It's here in Oregon. It's in Bend.
Oregon,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, Bend, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So that's it for this week. If you'd like to find out more news about Tesla, follow us at the Tesla Life on Twitter, also on Facebook, Tesla Life #1, and on YouTube, the Tesla Life, and find out what's happening throughout the week.